You are likely dealing with a narcissist right now, and you don't even realize it. They aren't just arrogant. They are operating on a completely different psychological software designed to drain you, manipulate your reality, and keep you trapped. In the next few minutes, I am going to decode the 6 core traits of a narcissist. Once you see the pattern, they can never manipulate you again. Trait number 1. The delusion of grandeur. This isn't normal confidence. It is a clinical delusion of superiority. A narcissist genuinely believes they are a misunderstood genius operating on a higher plane than everyone else. Because of this, they will aggressively hijack every conversation to center around their achievements or their victimhood. If you share a personal win, they immediately overshadow it with a bigger win. If you share a tragedy, their bad day was somehow much worse. They do not converse to connect with you. They converse to extract your admiration and establish absolute dominance. Trait 2. The empathy void. This is the most dangerous trait because it is invisible until you are in pain. A true narcissist is fundamentally incapable of cognitive and emotional empathy. They cannot put themselves in your shoes. When you are crying, stressed, or hurting, they do not feel sympathy. Instead, they view your emotional pain as a frustrating inconvenience to their schedule. If your suffering does not directly serve their needs or make them look like a savior to the outside world, it is entirely dismissed. Trait 3. Weaponized entitlement. To a narcissist, the rules of society apply to you, but never to them. They expect automatic, unquestioning compliance with their ridiculous expectations. If they want a favor, you must drop everything immediately. But the moment you ask for basic respect, set a boundary, or say no, they lose it completely. Because they don't see it as a disagreement, they see it as a personal attack. Trait 4. The validation black hole. Healthy people appreciate a compliment, but narcissists literally require it for psychological survival. They need a continuous, exhausting stream of praise, obedience, and adoration, what psychologists call narcissistic supply. Without it, their fragile false self begins to collapse. Want to expose them? Simply stop complimenting them. Stop reacting to their stories. Give them zero emotional response. Watch how quickly they panic, become deeply resentful, or provoke an argument just to force you to pay attention to them. Any attention is fuel. Trait 5. Interpersonal exploitation. You are not a human being to them. You are a tool in a toolbox. They evaluate every friendship, romantic relationship, and workplace dynamic based entirely on what they can extract. They scan you for money, social status, professional connections, or emotional supply. They will mirror your personality to gain your trust, only to leverage your vulnerabilities against you later. The devastating truth is that the exact second you are no longer useful to their agenda, they will discard you completely, without a single ounce of guilt or closure. Trait 6. The eternal victim. A narcissist will never take authentic responsibility for their toxic behavior. If you catch them lying, cheating, or actively hurting you, they will deploy a psychological defense called DARVO: deny, attack, and reverse victim and offender. They will deny the event happened, attack your memory, and suddenly play the victim. By twisting the narrative, they force you onto the defensive. By the end of the argument, you will literally find yourself apologizing to them for the abuse they inflicted on you. They are always the hero or the tragic victim. If you ever recognize these 6 traits in someone close to you, your only real defense is radical distance. You cannot fix them, and you cannot win their game. Speaking of defense, over 90% of you watching right now are not subscribed. If you want to master human psychology and protect your mental space from manipulators, hit that subscribe button right now. And if you want to know exactly how to shut down their worst manipulation tactic, click the video on screen to decode the art of gaslighting.